So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how everyone, if they have the ability, will be replacing their right backs. And we'll be talking about all the market implications that will be having. But before we get underway today's video, if you guys are interested, we do offer a trading service over on Twitch/Discord. All you got to do is subscribe over on Twitch. You can do that for free of Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. In there, you receive daily updated investments, and an investment that did very well yesterday was Van Dijk. We called to go and buy Van Dijk at 6 PM yesterday, all the way up to 30k. So we gave loads and loads of room for buying because you can see initially, it was 24k. We said to buy up to 30k. You generally had about 3-4 minutes to go and buy him. Well, why did I recommend overpaying so much from the actual market price? That's because I was going to sit there and I knew this card would get pumped and dumped quite a lot. Again, I have a lot of experience. I've been basically trading for about 10-11 years now, so I've got so much experience when it comes to watching cards get pumped and dumped at 6 PM. So I said, do you know what, you can go in heavily inflated, and it went all the way up to 45k, in which is when me and actually the other experts in my Discord also recommended to sell, meaning even though you could have been buying cards about 6k inflated, you still would have been making about 13-14k for every single card, but you had plenty of time to buy. Where you'll see a lot of inexperienced people, they'll call their buy times, in my opinion, a lot less, and as a result, it will be a lot harder to go and get buys. So yeah, really nice investment that did go and occur yesterday. And if you guys do want additional support, you can subscribe over on Patreon, which you'll have the ability to go and ask me and the experts in my Discord questions throughout the day, and more tailored sort of questions regarding their investments. So in today's video, we will be talking about to start off with this Maicon that everyone can get for free. Now, how can everyone get this for free? By being good at FIFA. So basically, what EA's done is it's kind of a new concept, or at least it's the first time they've dropped this concept as FIFA, is you are going to have 36 games in a cup mode, and if you win 30, you are going to go and get yourself a Maicon. Now, what you have to realise is, and again, this might sound really overwhelming, but what you got to realise is anyone can go and play in these game modes. Yes, when you go into FUT Champs, maybe you only get 7 or 8 wins out of 15, but you're not playing against people who are struggling in squad battles, players who are in low divisions. So although I think this does look awkward and it does look sweaty, one, I don't believe there's ELO when it comes to cup games, which means, again, it's not like the more wins you get, the harder it is. And two, the pool of players you're playing against should be significantly easier than FUT Champs. So again, what is it? It's basically going to be an objective, and again, you're going to have 36 attempts, presumably across the week. And if you go and get 30 wins, you're going to go and get yourself this insane Maicon. And the thing that's insane about this Maicon is, sorry, not that card, this Maicon, which is actually significantly better. Now, it doesn't have overly defensive playstyle pluses, which is, I guess, a takeaway or a minor for it, but insane card, 93 pace, 90 defending, 90 physicality, 88 shooting and 87 passing. And the best thing, it's a fancy card. It can go and receive a +1 on every single stat, and he can go and receive 99 on one stat if the team which he represents goes and wins. Now, it may sound like a tall order this, but do not worry, because within the objective, there's going to be other cards. So within that objective, we're anticipating for there to be a 92 Odegaard, which I'd imagine will probably come in at you getting 20 wins. A 91 rated Zeragov, which again I'd imagine will come in about 15 wins, if not maybe 10 wins. And finally, a 90 rated Boniface, who is going to come in, I'd imagine, at 5 to 10 wins. So even if you're not going to go and get your Maicon, there are a bunch of cards going unlocked, and these are going to be Road to the Final cards. And Road to Final cards, we don't actually know what the upgrade is going to be on these cards so far, but yeah, presumably they'll be like in previous years where they can go and receive a few rated upgrades. Again, we don't have any confirmation on what the upgrades are there. We'll just talk briefly a little about the Maicon upgrade he can go and get. So with FUT Fancy cards, we've talked about in the last two videos, subjective on what sort of, I guess, objectives that the players or the team that they're representing completes, depends on the upgrade. So Maicon again can receive a +1 in all overall stats, and a +1 roll ++ if the club that he represents, which presumably is going to be Roma, I believe was his main club, if they go and win 2 out of the next 4 games, he'll get a +1 in every single stat and 1 roll ++. And if the club which he represents, again presumably Roma, scores 10 goals in those 4 games, then he'll have 1 stat going 99. Presumably it'll probably be physical defending, because I don't think they'll try and make the card too OP with pace. So yeah, a really nice card we can go and get in this in this Maicon. But again, you've got to probably be semi-decent at FIFA. If not, you're going to take a consolation prize with unlocking a few of these Road to Finals. Just a brief look at the Road to Finals. I think the initial images... No, the initial, like, tweets of these cards... Oh, sorry. I don't know if we had the initial tweets of these cards. But, yeah, this is the official Odegaard card. Not looking too bad. I think it's better than the initial prediction. So I'd imagine these predictions are probably a little bit subpar. But the reason I believe that it's going to be 3 objectives is because one's a 92, one's a 91, and one's a 90. I think that's a bit too much of a coincidence for these not to be, you know, progressive kind of cards unlocked in the objective. But yeah, really, really nice content to be coming out, and presumably all 3. I think this will be quite comparable to what we got during Team of the Season, or even actually Road to the Finals. So what we got during Team of the Season, Road to the Finals, for the Euros was basically you played with a full team from one nation and then you unlocked certain players. So in this one, I think it was you had to use a full English team in Foot Champs, and if you got X amount of wins, you got Pickford, and then if you got even higher amount of wins, you got Fernandez. And then the interesting thing was, whatever the prime reward was the requirement for the next one. So the next one was using a full team of 11 Argentinian players. So I'm not quite sure if they are going to be going down a nation requirement with this, but what I would say is this season has all been about Brazilian players. We've had Brazilian objectives, we've had Brazilian sort of milestone player SBCs, we've had ourselves Brazilian Evos, we've had Brazilian players in the past, and the overall reward is Brazilian. Now obviously this is no guaranteed leaks whatsoever, but there's quite a lot of contingency this season in Brazilians. And if they do go and require Brazilian players for this cup, if it's one or a few or a full team, what I've done is I've looked at some of those popular Brazilian players that I think could do quite well. First off, starting with Neymar. Really nice card, can play on the left, can play in cam. I'd be surprised if it doesn't go extinct if Brazilian players are needed. Second one is João Gomes. We know this card is very rare because it's consistently taken off the market and put into an Evo. I think he could do quite well. Douglas Luiz, very popular card in recent FC Pro tournaments, could definitely do very well. We then move on to Neres. Neres, again, is already a very rare card because of him being put into Evos, but he's got cam, left wing and right wing utility, meaning he can fill up empty spots on teams. A recently released card that would be very popular if Brazilian players are needed is Rafinha's second in form, with his first in form in so many Evos, therefore being a staple in people's teams. And I did a little bit of scouting, and they don't have a crazy amount of strikers. They got Tuna, they got Rodrigo, but they didn't have anything too insane, so I'd be very surprised if we don't go and see actually both the Matthias Tunas doing very well if, again, a full Brazilian team is needed. Again, this is not saying that a full Brazilian team is needed, this is just giving you some ideas that if we get to 6 PM tomorrow, or there's any early leaks about a full Brazilian team being needed, these are the cards that I would be looking at. So other than the objective round Maicon, we do have the full team leaked. And yeah, it's looking very, very nice. These are the official cards. And I think I was actually wrong with the Cole, which I was talking about earlier in the week, because I don't believe Cole is actually coming as an SBC. I think he is coming as a promo card, because we see no other SBC players here and only promo cards. So yeah, I think that was a bit of a miscall on my half, but again, I don't really think it would have made much difference. But yeah, the cards are looking very nice. The vast majority of them are all having 2 playstyle pluses, apart from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom, but we did see that getting 1 playstyle plus is one of the rewards, so yeah, that's pretty nice. But yeah, the cards are starting off very high rated, especially bear in mind they can all receive +2s. You know, a lot of cards are going to potentially end up as a 95 rated. And I think in a matter of, 3 games they can do it in, or even 2 games they can do it in, which is pretty insane. And then on top of that, they can also go and have 199 plus stats. So I think there's going to be a lot of hype around these cards. It's also a 2-week promo, which is pretty interesting, but yeah, very, very nice cards across the board. No goalkeepers, really, apart from Petrovic. So another week where we probably see promo goalkeepers consistently rising. Other than that, we got top-end strikers, we got top-end midfielders, and we got not so many top-end defenders. We've got too many. Georgia's I can't imagine being too desirable. But yeah, definitely one that I'd imagine will go and drop top-end strikers. So again, we already talked about the heroes briefly. Again, they can only receive a +1 rating and a 99 by winning 2 out of the next 4 or winning 10 out of the next 4. Sorry, scoring 10 out of the next 4. Again, when this promo is released, every hero will have the club that they are with. Kanu, I don't actually know. I know he played for Portsmouth, which is my home team, but not quite sure what Prem team he played for. Arsenal, maybe? But yeah, then the base cards can receive they can receive more upgrades. This is because obviously the base cards are active football players, therefore they've got 2 upgrades from that. So they got the 2 of the hero ones, which again is a 99 stat if they score 10 goals, or if their team scores 10 goals in 4 games, and a +1 rating, and a +1 roll plus if the club gets to have the next 4. But because these are active players, they got 2 more additional upgrades. One, if the player themselves get 1 goal or assist, which is for the forwards, and normally for the defenders it's getting 1 clean sheet in the next 4 games. I don't know, maybe they're going to go goal and assist for even... there you go, the only difference is defenders, that the first upgrade with 1 clean sheet, there you go. And they'll go receive 1 playstyle plus. This is mainly for the bottom 5 players who only have 1 playstyle plus, and then the other players are just going to receive 1 minor playstyle, so kind of irrelevant for the vast majority there. The next one's very interesting. Avoid a yellow card in the next yellow/red card in the next 4 games. What's quite interesting about that is if a player gets injured, they're kind of guaranteed that upgrade. But the thing is, obviously, they're not going to receive that upgrade for 4 games, which could take up to 3 to 4 weeks. I don't think we've got any international breaks anytime soon, so I don't think we're going to see delayed upgrades too much. But that's a really nice upgrade there. 1 overall with 5-star skills or 5-star weak fit, and then they've got the same as the heroes. So they can start off as an 88, end up as a 90, get 1 playstyle plus if they've only got 1 already, and they can go and receive a +2 rating with 5-star skills or 5-star weak foot with a 99 stat. So really nice upgrades, but last year we did go and get +4 ratings. How does that change investments? The cards won't be great fodder investments because it's not like they can go from an 88 to a 92. They can only go from an 88 to a 90. One of those overalls has to be 4 weeks later as well. So yeah, it's not great for the fodder ones, not unless they're literally sitting at fodder price and not pre-inflated. Some leaks of some more SBCs. Bear in mind we had like 5 or 6 leaked SBCs last week. Or yesterday. We've got a Nikolai, who has gone from, I want to say Orlando maybe, to the NWSL to what's it called? To Man City. Yeah, I mean, this is an official card. Really nice. I mean, Trevella's obviously a bit meh, but quick step with 93 pace, 89 dribbling, 89 passing and 91 dribbling is pretty nice, especially as this card can go and receive a +2 with 5-star skills or 5-star weak foot with obviously 199 stat. Her base card has got 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. She's got a striker and right wing utility, so that's really nice for the attack. What cards might rise if she's demanded, especially if she comes out with 5-star skills? I can imagine her being demanded. Alex Scott's hero card. We see this card being very well, I mean, when it's in demand, it can be very progressive. As you can see, a nice rise there, a nice rise there, and she's already rebounded about 10k from her drop this weekend. Other cards that might do quite well, Edison. If we don't go and see Kuro coming out this weekend, Edison's a nice buy Saturday evening anyway. He'll probably be fodder. Obviously, there's always a lack of goalkeepers in promo, so he can do well off the back of that. And obviously, he's going to be a perfect chem link to Karoli, so could be quite nice there. Likewise, if we see a bit of weekend league sell-off, because like we said earlier in the video, goalkeepers are favoured to keep doing well. There are no promo goalkeepers. Allison, if he gets sold off nicely on the Sunday, Monday, we can buy him because he should rise going into the weekend. Obviously, again, weekend league hasn't started yet, but you can see right here is 217. He's already kind of up to about 230, so we can see he's kind of risen from the last weekend league sell-off. So yeah, if he has additional demand because of Karoli, that could be nice. And the last thing, one of the most demanded Man City players that I don't think is going to get replaced by her, because I'd say it's definitely his utilities in centre mid and cam, not in the right wing, is Bernardo Silva. We also might go and see him rise. Another SBC that's leaked is Wendia, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot about this guy since him getting that Norwich team of the season, I'd want to say a year or two ago. I was talking about him in the stream, so he went to Aston Villa. He's just come back from an injury, and now he's been loaned out to Leverkusen, so I presume it's the backup for Nathan Teller. Which is interesting, but I just don't see there being any demand for this card. It's not... it's not too bad in the attack, but I just don't think it's anything too special. And Bayern Munich, Bundesliga teams just... I don't think it's that easy to go and get into teams. I think Karoli playing for a Brazil Man City woman is probably an easier link than Buendia playing for Argentina by Leverkusen, so no real link investments there. Some interesting SBCs leaked is Maldini and Hullet. I'd imagine we're going to get one of these on the Friday, then maybe one on the Monday, or maybe even the next Friday. What's my take on fodder for these? Well, I'd probably look at investing in 90s and 91s. I don't think I'd go up to the 94s. I don't think I'd really care that much about the 92s. When would I buy the fodder? You got 2 times. You can either go and buy them now and gamble that we get them on the Friday, and that they rise fodder nicely on the Friday and don't allow it to drop for weekend league. Or what you do is you buy it on the normal time the market is the lowest for this. So we're expecting a new Icon SBC this Sunday, meaning I wouldn't wait any later than Sunday evening, meaning I think you've got either Friday evening, especially if you're happy to gamble on them coming on a Saturday, if not Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And the reason I say those times is if we go and look at when Fodder is the cheapest before an Maicon SBC on Sunday, we've got either Saturday afternoon here, actually would have been before 6 PM, or we've got Sunday morning. You can see here about 7, 8 in the morning. So Sunday evening, probably looking like a decent buy time. Again, we can show you Rodri, the same sort of thing here. Obviously, they didn't go up on the Sunday because of the Icon SBC, but we think it'll be different this week. You can see on the Saturday evening, we can see that he was 68k, although if you waited till the Sunday morning, he was also 68k. So 2 kind of buy points. You got Saturday evening or Sunday morning. Other stuff that's been leaked, we got a bunch of packs in the pack codes, but apparently they're all promo packs. Apparently this one's even a promo pack, so nothing too crazy there. Just if you've already seen it, just expect these all to be promo packs throughout the week. There is an Evo leaked, but we don't really have too much information. New evolution coming during Fancy Foot. Probably won't be a Fancy Foot card because I doubt they'll allow you to have upgradable cards for absolutely every player. But yeah, apparently increases the shooting, passing and dribbling. Weird one is it gives block plus and ping pass plus. I'd imagine if you're going for a midfielder and defensive playstyle, this would be a centre mid to CDM playstyle. It'd be hard to believe that'd be a defender one with the shooting and no no defending or physical upgrade, but it'd be hard to believe that it's going to go and be a striker if they've got block plus. So I looked at a few of the most popular 88, well, up to 88 rated centre mids and CDMs. We've got Patrick Vieira in there, we've got Frankie de Jong in there, we've got ourselves Reindeers in there, and we've got ourselves Lewis Skelly. So potentially an Evo for some of those players to go and rise there. Now, weirdly enough, Team 2's already been leaked. You know, does this mean that these leakers always have the promo for both? And there is the tell that obviously didn't come during Future Stars, because of course this promo they've added a lot of the transfer cards. I mean, literally right here we do have the likes of Rashford, Tell, and obviously Team 1 I've shown you plenty of transfer card. But yeah, Team 2's leaked. We could probably look at buying some of these cards maybe on the Monday if they're very cheap. If not, maybe we're going to go Thursday morning with Div Rivals. Expecting some of these to do it well out of packs. Rashford, Rodrigo, and Davies are 101 fitting Evos so often, and as a result of them fitting so many Evos, you can buy them, gamble they'll go and fit an Evo, no supply in the market, and they'll do well. And we've got about 17 minutes into the video and I haven't even talked about the content we got yesterday. Well, don't worry, because it was a bit meh. We got Paul Mullins SBC. I mean, he had to have 5-star skills to be demanded. 1988 is so subpar for a striker. We also went and got ourselves the centre-back Evo that made Van Dijk get pump and dumped. But yeah, it was an interesting one. No stat boost whatsoever. It just gave Anticipate, Playstyle Plus. And I think it was basically like a Playstyles and Roles Evo. But yeah, Bombito, again, not receiving any upgrades to his stats, but is receiving... Did he receive any upgrades? I don't think he did. No, it doesn't receive any upgrades, but he does going to get the Anticipate Playstyle Plus. Likewise with Yap Stam. Now, the people who've done Yap Stam, I doubt it's exactly people going out and buying his promo card. I'd imagine a lot of people are looking at him because they've done his Evo. We can see the card, again, like a lot of cards yesterday, just to go and get pump and dump. So as long as you got the pump and dump, perfect. If you didn't get the pump and dump, well, you know, you kind of left holding the card for about the same price you bought it at. Same here with Kunde, was 450 pre, went up to 560, back down to 470. He has actually rebounded to 499 now, which is quite nice. Van Dijk does go and fit the Wheat Foot upgrade and then goes into the back line, which is quite nice. But again, was 23k pre. We recommend to buy up to 30. It's not going to catch the absolute high of it because, of course, it's the hourly average. But you can see went back down there under what we recommended buying at. But, of course, a pump and dump is you accept the responsibility. If you don't sell on the cards at the high, well, then you're probably going to lose coins. It's always dubbed as high risk if you don't know what you're doing. But obviously, I'm there to tell people to sell. So as long as you take my advice on when to sell, then happy days. Some other recently released Evo cards, and someone actually held his value quite well was Kushanov, who was 62 pre the Evo, went up to 68k post the Evo, then down to 66, and he's actually held 70 since. The reason for this is this card is just kind of a active in demand card, so even without the Evo, he's demanded and keeps rising. Now to go and talk through the questions in yesterday's video. Again, you guys can go and drop any questions in the comment section and we'll go and answer them in the next video. The boost gives us this interesting information that Colt actually played in the second division of the NWSL, which is quite interesting. This person asked about a Hulla SBC, and I'll be honest with you, before reading that, I didn't even know there was a Hulla SBC coming. Obviously, that was 18 hours ago, and then I went and checked. So yes, there is. This person said it's not going to be Hansen. A lot of these leaks are guesses. Well, a lot of them are very educated guesses. Obviously, you know, I've been around FIFA before POTMs were even a thing. And yeah, very rarely do you not go and get the most mainstream player winning POTM. It does happen. It does happen on the odd occasion, but yeah, again, like if we're playing the statistics games and the you know, what's happened in the past, it'd be very surprising if Hansen doesn't go and win POTM. And a lot of the reason for this as well is, unlike the men's game, so for example in the men's game you've got like Anthony who could go and get POTM, or you've got Mbappe who could go and get POTM. A lot of people could go and vote Anthony despite Mbappe being more meta, because Anthony's got more of a cult following. But, you know, for a lot of the FIFA player base, they don't have, like, cult followings for the women's footballers. So it's normally just whoever's meta on FIFA goes and wins, because people don't really hold much of a strong opinion about many of the La Liga F players, especially the people who play FIFA. You know, it is what it is. With the women's football, it's quite rare for the meta player to not go and win. So he is right in saying, I mean, that the POTMs are guesses, but there's method towards the madness. Williams asks, will Watkins and other GG cards go out of packs? It's completely subjective on the card. Normally cards that are under 200k will rise out of packs. I actually think Watkins could do quite well out of packs, and the reason for this is Watkins is the 4th most used card. Normally what we do is we look at the cards that have been used the most to see who can rise out of packs. It is subjective on SBCs and EVOs not replacing them. Obviously last week we went and got a... what are we going to get? Like a left wing? Did we get? I can't remember. We got some Evo on the Friday, and it dropped a lot of the future star cards because they were in that position. So it's all subjective on what SBCs and Evos. Obviously, there isn't really an Evo for forwards, which is good. There's a few SBCs that are for forwards, like João Felix. Maybe João Felix comes out value for money, Watkins drops. But, you know, if they go and drop Buendia, we don't really care. If they go and drop Caroli, it might not be the best for him, but I wouldn't really mind. It's all subjective. Again, there's so many SBCs leaked that, in theory, every grassroots player could come out if X, Y, or Z SBC came out. But it's just you're playing the percentage game. The odds on there being a specific SBC to drop your player is quite low. You can always keep clued up on the leaks regarding that. This person's talking about, a lot of people actually talking about how they keep on Evo in the exact same positions, which is fair. And yeah, I think that goes and wraps it up. Well, that's been that video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.